The number one overall pick. Sam Darnold does not know when the play is dead. He doesn't know when the play is dead. You know, every time he about to get sacked, he's trying to throw it to somebody. Just sit down and take the sack.
Nah, he ain't trying to do that, man. That man trying to get rid of the ball, man.
But he's throwing it away.
You right. I ain't saying you wrong. You right. He's throwing it, but
so now when he do that, guess what? It makes Adam Gase look bad. It makes the whole organization look bad.
And you know that's your coach, man.
Listen, and I'm feeling it all way because now you're making my dog Adam Gase look bad. And you know how New York media is. Listen, we in Miami media. Miami media is way more calm, way more lackadaisical, way more, not lackadaisical, but way more relaxed than the media in New York. New York, the media up there is rough. They coming for you, boy. They coming for you, boy. If you bad, you doing bad out there, they coming for you. You gonna be on the first front page and everything, scrutinizing you and all that. And guess what? He was on the front page today on multiple magazines in New York, getting on my dog Adam Gase. And I know he like, damn, they say nothing like Miami. They say nothing like Davie over there by Brown College. This is New York. This is a whole nother monster.
But this is New York.
It's New York. So, you know, I hope that he gets better. But he just, rest in peace to Pops. You know, if you don't know who Pops is,
oh yeah,
that's Pops from Friday, from the Wayne brothers. You know, he died unexpectedly last week. But there's a line that he says, and on Friday he says, "You use these, but at least you live to fight another day." I don't know if you know that line.
Yeah, I know that line. That's
people that know Friday,
line.
yeah. When he was about to fight Debo, instead of, taking a gun or whatever, this and that, he talking about his hands, right? He about to fight Debo, he say, at least you live to fight another day. So, Sam Darnold, if you're listening to me, I hope you listen to me, because if you listen to me, then we're going places, man. That means we're doing something right. If Sam Darnold listening, you feel what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, no disrespect to the DEUS Sports Show, but I'm just saying, we want you to listen to this. We want everybody to listen to this. And we hope that it eventually gets to, to the people that we're talking about airwaves to hear what we saying. So if you're listening to this, Sam Darnold, just take the sack, man.
Just take it, man.
You win some, you lose some.
You live to fight.
But you live to fight another day. So, the next game, we got the only team that's undefeated in the league.
It's the 49ers.
The 49ers. They beat the Cardinals 28-25. That was a great game, believe it or not. But Kyler Murray, he's doing his thing, man.
Oh yeah.
He balling.
That young guy right there, man.
Man, he balling. He allowed him and Lamar Jackson out here balling, man. So yeah. So then next game, you have the Texans and the Jaguars. You have the Texans beating the Jaguars 26-3. Texans move up to 6-3. Jaguars, falls to 4-5. Then you have the Colts and the Steelers. You have the Steelers beating the Colts 26-24. You got the Steelers moving to 4-4, and then you have the Colts falling to 5-3. This is not what we want happening, bro.
Nah, not at all.
Because let me tell you why. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers first round pick. The more they win, the lower they go in the draft.
So you trying to say we need to lose?
We need Pittsburgh to lose every game possible. So this is not good. I want Pittsburgh to lose every game moving forward. Because if we're going to start winning, we at least need the Pittsburgh Steelers to start losing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we winning, and Pittsburgh winning, something's wrong. This is not what we wanted to happen. This is not the plan. Right? So now moving forward, you got the Bears and the Eagles. Eagles defeating the Bears 22-14, with the Eagles moving to 5-4, and the Bears falling 3-5. And then you have the Chiefs. Matt Moore.
That boy doing his thing, man.
Matt Moore. Once again. Matt Moore. And you know, I was thinking the other day, right?
What's up?
Yesterday I was thinking this while I was watching football, right? The year that Tannehill went down for the year, if he had Matt Moore.
Yeah.
If he had Matt Moore, I think we would have been better off that year. I think we would have had a good team that year.
You think so?
I think we would have been good that year. And not only that, the next following year, when he did not re-sign Matt Moore, he cut Matt Moore. When Tannehill went down for those 5-6 games, then we had a Brock Osweiler. Instead of it being Brock Osweiler and it was Matt Moore, we probably would have made the playoffs that year.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like Adam Gase, based on those decisions could have caused you to still be a Dolphins head coach right now, man. Instead of dealing with the New York media right now, with Sam Darnold not willing to take a sack. Moving on. Chiefs beat the Vikings 26-23 with the game-winning field goal by Harrison and Butler. 44-yard game-winning field goal as time expired. Moving forward, you got the Panthers beating my dog Tannehill. 30-20. Hey, man, it happened.
It happens.
You gotta lose sometime. Tom Brady even lost this week, man. Everybody lose sometime. Then he got Bills and the Redskins. You got the Bills beating the Redskins 24-9, moving them to 6-2.
I'm sorry.
Shouts out to the Bills, man. 6-2. I ain't see that.
Man.
So now, moving forward, you got the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. You got the Seahawks beating the Buccaneers 40-34. And it's crazy. Buccaneers got some bad luck because they're putting up points. Buccaneers are putting up points the past couple of games, and they're still losing. So, shouts out to Seahawks beating the Buccaneers 40-34, moving them to 7-2, and bringing down the Buccaneers to 2-6. Russell Wilson threw a career high 5 touchdown passes. Then you have John Gruden and the Raiders. John Gruden and the Raiders beating the Lions 31-24, bringing the Raiders back to 4-4, and the Lions bringing them down to 3-4-1. You got Josh Jacobs, the Oakland rookie running back, rushing for the most rush yards by a rookie in team history. Then you have the Chargers beating the Packers 26-11. First home win against the Packers in franchise history. Shouts out to you, Chargers. Bringing the Chargers to 4-5 and bringing down the Packers to 7-2. And this is the disappointment of the year. I'm disappointed because I thought this team was going places. The Browns losing to the Broncos 24-19.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a team that's like everybody's shocked.
They should be better than what they are right now. 2-6.
I think they should have been like.
So now if they fire the coach, I can't say nothing.
They fire him?
I said if they do.
Oh, I'm about to say, whoa, that was breaking news.
If they fire him, what can you say? They put talent around you.
You got talent. From quarterback to running back to receivers to defense. I don't know what's going on.
Shouts out to my dog Marquinzi, listening for the first time listening.
Shout out to that boy.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, I'm disappointed. Because when we looked at the beginning of the season, we looked at the Cleveland Browns. We was like, man, we was licking our lips. We were like, man, this is going to be a team to see. Now look, they're 2-6.
2-6, man.
You lost to a player who, it was his NFL debut.
Who was that?
Brian Allen.
Oh.
He never played, he never started a game in the NFL, and he beat you. What does that say? This should have been a win, man. This should have been the win that catapult and try to change the season. You'd have been 3-5 instead of 2-6 right now. Now you're 2-6. If you lose one more game, you pretty much are out of the playoff mix.
Mm.
You pretty much have to run the table the rest of the season, bro. For real. I am utterly disappointed at this team. And Freddie Kitchens, he did a good job last year.
Mm.
He was a good offensive coordinator last year. First time offensive coordinator. But maybe, just maybe, the head coach job is a little bit too much responsibility for him this soon. Maybe. I'm finally admitting that. It might have been a little bit too much responsibility. So, but I hope he turns it around because I actually like Freddie Kitchens. I watch Hard Knocks. You've seen Hard Knocks. If you watch Hard Knocks, you've seen Freddie Kitchens on Hard Knocks. He's a character. He's funny. Right? He's a good dude. He's a team player. He's a player's coach. But maybe this team did not need a player's coach. Maybe this team needed a businessman like Bill Belichick. So, moving forward, you have the Patriots losing to the new sheriff in town, Lamar Jackson, who had 2 rush TDs, most by a quarterback versus New England since Tim Tebow in 2011.
Ooh, they brought Tim Tebow in that thing.
Tim Tebow beating the Patriots 37-20. Ravens moving to 6-2, and the Patriots falling to 8-1. And that are the scores. That are the scores for this week. We got tonight, if I'm not mistaken, what we got tonight?
We got Dallas.
We got Dallas and the Giants. I hope the Dallas Cowboys beat the Cowboys. But I got a bone to pick about this team. Before we go on break, I got something to say before we go on break about this team. Jason Garrett is being disrespected, bro. He is being disrespected by Jerry Jones and everybody in the nation. This is America's team, right?
Of course, it is.
So what? Ain't he America's coach? I know it's Bill Belichick. It's Bill Belichick. But he's coaching America's team, right?
I'm like,
But listen, he's coaching America's team though, right? Jason Garrett, I think if I'm not mistaken, only had 1 losing season. Mm-hmm. It's not no losing seasons, bro. I think his worst season was 8-8.
Oh wow!
Shouts out to Jeff. I don't see you today. I haven't heard you today. But okay, you getting that money. I hear you, right? So now, last year, right? He was a lame duck coach last year. Last year he was losing in the beginning of the season, right? They were like, oh, he's gonna get fired this coming season, in this offseason if he does. He was in the hot seat last year, right?
Yeah.
And then guess what? The beginning of the season, they were losing. They were like 3-5 or something like that, right? And guess what? They made the trade for what's the receiver that's there now? The one that came from Oakland. Damn, what's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The receiver that came from Oakland. For Alabama receiver. But what I'm trying to say is that
Sanu?
No, not Sanu. Dang, what's his name? I forgot. I'll get it. We're gonna get it right now. So what I'm trying to say is when they drafted they made that trade for the receiver from Oakland that came to Dallas. once he came to Dallas,
Cooper,
there you go. Once Cooper came to Dallas, he started balling. He restarted his career because he was, for some reason, he started not playing well in Oakland. Mm-hmm. Once he came to Dallas, he started snapping. Once he came to Dallas, he started balling. Right? And not only did he start balling, guess what? The team started winning games. Right? Mm-hmm. So he was a legendary coach. He was in the hot seat last season. They said if he did not make the playoffs and did not win a playoff game or whatnot, he was going to get fired. Right? He not only made the playoffs, but if I'm not mistaken, he won a playoff game. Why didn't he in the offseason get a contract extension?
That's a good question.
I feel like he deserved the contract extension because not only was the team started bad, and then he made a trade, and then they end up making a run and make the playoffs and won in the playoffs. So why didn't he get a contract extension? So then you come this year, now y'all talking about, it depends what he do this year and whatnot. I'm here like, whoa, hold up. My dog made to the playoffs last year when he was in the hot seat last year. He earned his contract extension last year. Now you trying to tell me he got to earn his contract extension this year again? Yes, last year tell you everything you needed to know about Jason Garrett as a head coach. And for him to be disrespected this year, to make him try to be a lame duck coach this year with no contract extension this year, I personally, if I was Jason Garrett, I would tell you, I'm gone. I don't want a contract extension because I know that I'm a good head coach. I know that I do my thing as a head coach because, look, I always put our team in a good position to win. So, shouts out to Jason Garrett. I went to Jason Garrett. I feel like Jason Garrett's being disrespected, if you ask me. But we're gonna move on to break, and we're gonna move a little bit away from football for the last 30 minutes of the show. This is a DEUS Sports Show, Hosannaradio. You can also listen to Hosanna Space Radio 305 on YouTube, and you can also listen to my radio show after it ends on the Hosannaradio app to re-listen to it. We'll be back.
You are now listening to Hosannaradio.
Yes, we are back. This is the DEUS Sports Talk. Brother Alvin, Brother Mitchell right here. Man, I'm telling you, this show right here, man, if you're not tuning in, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Go ahead and tune in. Tell a friend, tell your friend, tell your best friend, tell your mommy, tell your daddy, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa about the Hosannaradio. You could go on not on YouTube, but on your phone, on the Apple and the Android, and go ahead and download the app. It's Hosannaradio. All right, download the app. You can listen to this show and other shows that's on this radio station. All right, or you can go on www.hosannaradio.org. You got to put the .org in the back of it to go, and it's gonna show you how to download it. If you can't download it and you just, you know what I mean, you want to watch it live or listen to it live, go on the website and press listen live. All right, or if you want to download the app, you could go down. It's gonna show you how to do it. You just follow the directions, then boom, you could get that app and you can listen to all the shows that's on this radio station. Or if it got no shows, we got music playing 24 hours. All right, so that's what it is. And like Ivan said earlier, before we went on break, right after this show, you could go on YouTube. We're gonna upload the show every time we on the radio. We upload every show that's on the Hosannaradio. So y'all could go on there, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Hosanna Space Radio 305. You have to put the space between the Hosanna and the radio, and you put the 305 behind the radio. All right, and subscribe to it. So every time we put up the show, you're gonna get that notification saying that Hosanna Radio don't got a show lined up for y'all to watch if y'all miss the episode. All right, so let's get right into it, man. Alvin, what you got for us, man?
We're gonna get into some scores, NBA scores. You go ahead and read them out for me.
Yeah. We're about to get to some NBA scores, man. We had some good games yesterday. It was a lit NBA games they had yesterday. Let's start with the first one was Chicago and the Pacers. Pacers beat Chicago 108-95. I was kind of shocked because to me, I feel like Chicago was going to win that game. The leading scores, I'm just going to give out the leading scores for both teams. I'm not going to go straight down. The leading scores for Chicago was, let me get that. Oh, that boy, Levine. That boy right there is a beast. I like him. And for the Pacers, we got the leading score were TJ. You know what I mean? They was the leading score for each team. So they was doing their thing. Shout out to all of them. And I can't wait till that boy come back, man. What's his name again? What I heard? For Indiana.
Oh, Jordan, Oladipo.
Oladipo. I can't wait till that boy come, man. He amazing. I like to watch this guy.
Yeah, he had a bad knee injury.
Yeah, he had a bad, but, you know, he's still in recovery mode. You know what I mean? So I can't wait till that boy come back. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still a Heat fan. Don't get it twisted now. People like, I'm still a Heat fan, but I like to watch other teams too. Like Alvin will say. All right? So the next game, I had to do it like that. My bad, Alvin. I had to put it like that. Woo! All right, let's go. We got the next game. We got the Rockets and, all right, Miami Heat. I got to drop a bomb for that.
Drop it, dog.
I got to drop the bomb for
drop
that.
Hold
on, wait. Woo! That sounds so sweet. One more time. Woo! All right. We got the Houston Rockets against the Miami Heat. Who would have thought that?
They outscored the Rockets 46-14.
Who would have thought
in the first quarter, dog?
Who would have thought that the Heat would have beat the Rockets?
Not only who would have thought the Heat beat the Rockets, who would have thought the Heat? Who would have thought that the Heat would be as good as we thought they were? We are. We thought they was going to be. I put them on my list, if I'm not mistaken, number 5 or something, or number 6 or something?
Yes, he did. He put it number 5. I put him number 4.
But it don't matter though.
And I'm going to stick to it.
But look, they number 2 in the East, bruh.
Oh, yeah. Just believe it, man.
They number 2.
And, you know, like I said, the season just started.
You know what I'm saying? But they beating good teams.
They beating good teams, man. They beating good teams. For the Rockets, man, like I said, I don't care. But we're going to give them the leading score for the Rockets was James Harden. He had 29. Let me see, Westbrook. What he had. Okay, let's keep that like that. All right.
What do you have?
He had 10 points.
No!
That's why I said let's keep it like that. All right. So, Miami Heat, we got Robinson. Oh, my gosh. This guy right here, I don't know where he came from. He a sharpshooter, too.
Sharpshooter?
He a sharpshooter, guy. He's good. None kind of disappointed me yesterday, but, you know, that's just his first game. He was doing his thing. And let me see. It's him and Leonard. That was the highest score for Miami Heat. Shout out to the Miami Heat, man. Shout out to all the fans out there. 129-100. Ooh. Boom. Man. Yes, sir. All right, let's go to the next one. We got the Sacramento Kings versus the New York Knicks. Sad but surely, Sacramento Kings got that win. 113-92.
Moving along.
113-92. I won't say it was a good game, but New York. Let's go.
Moving along. Like I said,
Fox had 24. That was the leading score for Sacramento. For New York, it was Morris. Wow, the twin. Shout out to him. He was the leading scorer for the New York. All right. Next game is the Lakers versus San Antonio. It was a close game, man. It was going back and forth. Lakers 103, Spurs 96. The leading scorer for the Lakers was Davis. Davis was the leading scorer. LeBron had a triple-double. Shout out to LeBron. And the Spurs, I like the Spurs, man. I will never give up on them, man. Like, they are quiet and they are silent.
And before moving on,
go ahead.
With the from the Lakers.
Okay.
Let's not talk about this game. Let's talk about that last game against Dallas.
Oh, that was a great game, though.
That was a good game. That was the old LeBron playing. That's the current LeBron that's moving out
and
let the new LeBron and the new LeBron playing against the current LeBron. The new LeBron. Who I call the new LeBron?
Who?
Is what's his name?
I can never say his name right.
Luka Doncic.
Oh, Luka Doncic. Oh my God.
Who could rebound, pass, everything, just like LeBron. They both was dueling, going at it, all the way to overtime. Luka Doncic had 31 points, 13 rebounds, 15 assists, bro. LeBron James had to show him what's good. Like, hold up, bro.
Hold up, man.
Hold up,
the
bro.
veteran right here, man.
You know who I is? LeBron also had 39 points, 12 rebounds, 16 assists. He had to let them know, hey,
Slow down, little
slow
boy.
down, young buck.
But hey, we gotta give him his props though.
Of course.
We gotta give that man his props, man. All right, and San Antonio, the leading scorer was Murray. All right, so we're gonna keep it like that. All right, the next game, oh man, we just talked about the Dallas and Cleveland. Oh man, you know what? I'm not gonna go into details with that. Just know they gave them a spanking. You know how Haitian parents get the 6-1 and they call it their children's? That's what the Dallas did to Cleveland. 131 to 111. Let's go. I ain't gonna stay right there because that was not a game. All right, and we got a night game. It was a great game too. Clippers versus Jazz. 105-94 was a good game.
Who won?
Clippers. Who won? I ain't saying Jazz garbage. I'm not saying that. But they won. Shout out to, I ain't gonna lie, I like the Clippers too. Mitchell had 36. Whoa, that boy baller.
Spider Mitchell.
Yeah, he kind of, that point's kind of shocked me right there.
No,
all right.
don't shock me. Yeah.
And Kawhi had 30 points. All right, so that was your scores for Sunday games for the basketball. And I'm so happy we got football and basketball together. Man, this sports show gonna be so lit for the rest of the year. All right, man.
To finish off, we're going to go into a little pivot. You know, this is a story that we don't want to remiss or forget to talk about.
All right.
Last segment of the show. Breaking news. The NCAA plans to allow college athletes to get paid for their use and of images, their names, and you out here getting paid. This is a long time coming. A lot of people talk about this. I've talked about this with plentiful people all the time. You got a mixed bag. Some people feel like college experience should be a college experience. You got some people feel like, man, you're out here playing, making all this money. Might as well let them play. So let me read a little bit from a story from NPR.org. From Colin Dwyer. In a surprise move, the NCAA said it intends to allow college athletes to earn compensation, but it says it's only starting to work out the details of how it would take place. The organization's board of governors said Tuesday it had voted unanimously to permit student athletes to benefit from the use of their name, image, and likeness. We must embrace change to provide the best possible experience for college athletes, said Michael Drake, the NCAA board chair, who is also president of Ohio State University, in a statement. Drake stressed the need for additional flexibility in the NCAA's approach. Drake added, this modernization for the future is a natural extension of the numerous steps NCAA members have taken in recent years to improve support for student athletes, including full cost of attendance and guaranteed scholarships. The timeline for implementing the changes was not immediately clear. In the NCAA's statement, the NCAA, the national governing body for collegiate athletes, said its decision followed input over the past few months from current and former student athletes, coaches, presidents, faculty, and commissioners across all three divisions. Notably, the decision follows California's adoption of a law that bans schools in the state from preventing student athletes from accepting compensation from advertisers and allows them to hire agents. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the legislation late last month, calling it the beginning of a national movement. Indeed, it did spark a trend. Politicians in Illinois, New York, Florida, and other states have introduced bills allowing endorsement deals for college athletes, and days after the California bill was signed, national politicians signaled they would push for something similar in Congress. Amid the groundswell of political support for paying college athletes, the NCAA has quickly eased its public resistance to the idea after initially pushing back hard on California's measure. The NCAA has recently been taking a more conciliatory tone, suggesting it would move forward with ongoing efforts to make adjustments to the organization's practices. NCAA has reported annual revenues topping $1 billion. Let me drop a bomb. $1 billion. Largely on the strength of TV rights and marketing fees connected with its most prominent sports and events such as the highly lucrative Division I men's basketball tournament. And though the organizations long argued that it was converting those revenues into scholarships and other opportunities for students, that line had lately attracted prominent skeptics such as NFL cornerback Richard Sherman and NBA superstar LeBron James, who hosted Newsom's signing ceremony on his sports programming company last month. As a national governing body, the NCAA is uniquely positioned to modify its rules to ensure fairness and a level playing field for student athletes. Organization President Mark Emmett said in a statement Tuesday, the board's action today creates a path to enhance opportunities for student athletes while ensuring they compete against students and not professionals. Drop a bomb for the NCAA to finally making this happen.
Shout out to the NCAA, right?
NCAA.
Man, listen, they did a good thing, because I used to always say that, man, that's messed up that these players ain't getting paid for coming out there and giving all their talent out there in the field, because they used to get hurt and be done for the season and almost get drafted because why? They got hurt. And
they got nothing to show for it.
They don't got nothing to show for it. They don't got no money. Like, hold up, man. And they got to go back to a fast food restaurant or whatever they go at to make that money. All right? So, I'm happy. I'm real. If I had a cousin that was out there right now was playing NCAA, I would have called him like, man, great job, man. Go get that money and keep playing your ball. Keep playing the ball.
And also get an education. Tell them that.
Yeah, exactly. Education. I remember what I was watching. I was watching a show. They were like education. You feel me? So like I said, shout out to them. You know what I mean? I'm happy that they actually did that. They need to bring back that college football back on the games.
That's what I was just about to bring up.
They need to do that.
No, they will bring it back. Because now the people getting paid. Drop a bomb for NCAA 2020.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, when I was playing
I played that more than I did Madden.
Exactly. I used to never like playing Madden.
I always play NCAA.
I like playing NCAA football on the whatever I was playing.
Online, all that, bro.
I ain't gonna tell you what I was playing because y'all gonna laugh, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. But like I said, I'm happy and I can't wait for that game come out. And I'm telling you, I'm finna go get
what? We all
shout out to all
the boys. Man. Hey Billy, King, we out there.
Let's get it, man.
Tournament at Misha House.
Yeah. Special advice. Don't get into it that you won't come, but special advice. But when that game come out, you best believe it. We gonna get it. We gonna
get it,
and we gonna come back over here. We gonna talk about it. Yes, man.
Yeah, man. So it's a great thing. I'm happy because I see here players will have scholarships, but then they don't have money to eat.
They don't have money to eat, man. Listen, man. And the thing that used to kill me because
and then they'll give them like vouchers, like you can eat one time during the morning, one time in the middle of the afternoon, and then one time for dinner. Come on, bro. You an athlete? You trying to tell me you only, bro? I'm not an athlete. I eat like 4 times a day. Come on, bro. You an athlete. You working out all day. And you trying to tell me you only get a voucher for 3 meals a day? If you're an athlete working out all day, doing what you got to do to make the team be good and bring revenue to the team and whatnot, you attracting boosters to make donations to the team and whatnot. You out here making $1 billion. You trying to tell me that a student athlete can't eat at least 6 times a day? At least? That's crazy.
But shout out to them, man. Now they about to get some money in their pocket. You know what I mean?
Advertisement. Now if you're a star athlete like Tua Tagovailoa, you could get an endorsement while you're in college.
For sure.
That's crazy. That's good.
Shout out to them, man. I'm happy for them, man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, they go out there and like they work, man. They work to get to the next level, but sometimes they be getting hurt. So they be hurting me like, damn, man, this guy must get to the NFL now. He can't must go to the NFL, and he's a great player. But shout out to them, man. Go get that money, man, and still go to school, man. Go get that, you know what I mean, that learning, man. Go get that degree, man, whatever y'all doing out there, man. But shout out to them. So it's about that time, right?
It's about that time.
All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, man, like I say later on, man, go ahead on YouTube, Hosanna space Radio 305. You can catch the show again.
Also, the Hosannaradio app.
Yeah, you can download the Hosannaradio app. You can catch this show live right now.
And if you don't have space on your phone, you can't download the app. You can also go to hosannaradio.org and just go that way as well.
Listen to the radio. So it's two ways you can listen to the radio. Download the app, you can go to the website and press listen live, and you can listen to the show right here live. But if you missed the show,
don't press listen live. You got to go to podcasts. It's on the left hand side of the website, and then it says DEUS Sports Show. Click DEUS Sports Show, and it says DEUS Sports Show.
Okay, Alvin. See, I wasn't gonna go to details, but he did it. So y'all heard that. So if y'all still don't understand that,
I don't know what to tell you.
We're going to pray for you. I was going to say something, but I cut myself. We're going to pray for you, all right? So we're going to get it right into the midi prayer. In English, it's 12 o'clock prayer. So whoever need prayer, man, go ahead and tune in. We got Evangelist Eve is coming up right now, right after this show, all right? So we about to close it off, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Brother Alvin, on the last word for the people out there.
Stay safe, man. Be productive, man.
Yes, sir. So we about to get right into it, man, with midi prayer. And y'all stay tuned, man. So Hosannaradio, DEUS Sports Talk. Make sure y'all tune in next week, same time, right here on Hosannaradio. Brother DEUS, I think we out of here, man.
Yeah, we out of here.
We out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. And you gotta give a shout out to your homeboy again, man.
Shout out to Mackenzie, man. Thanks for listening.
Mackenzie, shout out to you too, man. Keep us locked in, man. Spread the word, man.
Spread the word,
man. Alright? So, we out of here, man. We about to get a 12 o'clock prayer, man. Right now, man. Let's listen to some tunes.